Oh yeah. Well guys, today's the day. Today's the day we find out if I've possibly found the best deal on an i7 8700K ever. Just, I don't know if you guys are ready for it. I mean, I scoured eBay for days, maybe even minutes, possibly hours. And I came across this one for, I think it was about $55. Now there is a little catch, and it was listed for parts only. So I'm gonna open it up in a minute. But it was listed for 55 bucks. And then I was watching it. I wake up at like 2 or 3 in the morning the other night, and because I have a notification on my phone for eBay. You know how it makes that little ching noise? So yeah. Checked it out, said boom. Sellers offered 22 bucks. Bought it right there. 22 bucks for an i7 8700K. Now, it's for parts though. So let's check it out. Got it right here. Let's see what we got. Well, I couldn't get it to focus on the selfie camera, but check it out. Got the i7 8700K. So I got this thing as parts, and the reason why it was for parts is because if you look up here, where's my pointer at? There it is. If you look up here, I mean, you could obviously see that some of the contacts on the CPU are like bent a little bit right up here in this upper corner. And actually, the pictures on eBay made it look much worse than it was. Like, none of our resistors, transistors, whatever these things are, none of these are messed up. Doesn't smell burnt or anything. And literally, all it is a couple, I mean, I'm thinking that the pins should account for that and they'll still make contact. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know the whole backstory on how it got damaged, but it doesn't look that bad to me. So I'm really hopeful for this, and let's slap it into our R7 and let's go from there. Ooh, that was no bueno. Alright, let's wipe this stuff off. Shiny. So, in case you haven't been following along from the last video, I tried a 6th gen i5 6400, and this PC only supports 8th gen and 8th and 9th gen. So we were getting an orange blink fans would spin, and then just no post or anything, no BIOS. So I did a little bit of digging on the forums, and a couple people were saying they had the same issue, and so pretty much what it was is they purchased the computer secondhand, and it had a previous generation CPU in it. So now we got our ultra budget 8700K, and I'm really hopeful for this bad boy to work. So let's see. I mean, it fits. It fits. It fits. Okay, I'm gonna see what we're gonna use today for our thermal paste. Alright, we already know it's gonna work, guys. We're gonna go straight for the Noctua. I mean, if it doesn't work, I think I might die inside a little bit. Globule. Okay. Nice little bit of paste on there. Acceptable. Let's get our screws in if we can. I mean, came out of there, didn't they? Alright. There she is. Let's plug them all back in. Here's our pump header. Let's get our CPU power 4-pin. And we're just going to use the display out on the motherboard to test it. Okay, here we go. First startup. Okay, well, I mean, we're live now. Looks like we got 5 blinking orange lights though. Our split fan isn't spinning at all. Okay, I'm gonna look this up real quick, and then I'll get right back to you guys. The $20 for an unlocked Intel 8th gen. Come on, bro. What is going on? So, fast forward about 2 days, and now I have my 2 8GB sticks. So let's go throw them in and see if that solves our issue. Oh my gosh, it's finally alive. I can't believe my eyes. I just was constantly getting the 4 blinking lights for a memory issue. What I finally tried doing was, instead of putting it in the first DIMM slot, I tried it in just number 3, and it booted. So I don't know if you guys can see in there, but yeah, so just putting it in number 3 only seemed to work for me. So I'm gonna mess around on it a little bit more and see if I can get it to run with all 4 slots full. Oh yeah, So just to confirm, I put the one 8 GB stick into the second slot, so that's the number 2 white slot. Every time I try to put it in the first slot, it will not recognize it for whatever reason, and it'll constantly give that 4 blinking orange lights. So if you're having this issue, try putting your stick into the second number 2 slot and then go from there. And for some reason my drive isn't showing up, so I'm gonna stick an SSD in there real quick and go from there. Well, actually I'm gonna mess around in the BIOS for a little bit just to check it out. As you can see, our 8700K, $22, dude, it works. And then it is seeing our M.2 in there, but for some reason the Windows installer isn't seeing it. So let's see, thread might have a locker on it or something. And there it is. So I'm guessing that the other computer that this drive was in had some kind of write protection on it, so it's like locked to that motherboard. Came out of a Lenovo system, so it's gonna go ahead and get rid of all those old partitions. You want to do this whenever installing a fresh operating system. That way you can get the full amount of space and you're not writing a bunch of different OSs all to one drive. So you want to delete them all and then create a new one. Just click next on the one that's highlighted and wait for it to install. Okay, so I was able to successfully install Windows, and then first thing I did was went to the Dell website, put my service tag in, and then so right now I'm updating the BIOS. So we'll see if this fixes the memory issue and if I can actually put the memory in the right slot from there. So we'll see. Okay, so my apologies. I actually had it in slot number 2. So if you look down here, just putting a single stick into slot 2, I was able to get it to boot up. So far I've updated the BIOS, and now I'm going to try and put the other sticks in and see if we can get it to boot from there. Alright, so the only way I can get it to boot without that RAM error is having the memory in slots 2 and 4. So something on slot 1 is messing it up, is what I've come to. Well, we got the Alienware to work. So total parts cost is 120 for the computer, 22 for the CPU. I paid $50 for the memory, and well, the other SSD that I put into it was like $40, but I probably could have gotten the one that was in there to work with it. So all in all, around $200 for a semi-working Alienware. Now, I'm probably gonna just browse around on eBay and hopefully down the line get a used motherboard for it or something. But as far as right now, I'm just planning on using it to rip my DVD collection and make a network attached storage. So that way I can use Plex or something and, watch all my movies on all my devices. So overall, I mean, I'm pretty happy about it. I got the Alienware effects to work on it, could change all the colors and stuff. So yeah, just gonna look out for the motherboard, and that's about it for now. But thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next one.